I'd come here to kill God-woken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We have just made it to the entrance to the hideout where the Seekers are supposed to be, so we're going to head in, find out as much information as we can about how they plan on getting off the island, because that is our ultimate goal. But go ahead and Georgia third. Not to worry though, I do still plan, I'm not going to rush you to anything, I do still plan on checking out all of Fort Joy in the island. But anyways, let's talk to Bahara again, see if we can't get a little more info out of her.
The Red Prince interrupts as you're about to speak.
This woman is a dreamer. I can see the answers spinning in her eyes. Do rest your legs for a bit while I question her.
Sure. Go right ahead.
You're too kind.
I try.
Red Prince and the Dreamer exchange courteous pleasantries, as if they're finding themselves in a palace hall instead of a death-ridden swamp. She introduces herself as Bahara. To your surprise, they next lie down on the ground in a seemingly warm embrace and fall asleep.
Should we go somewhere else, guys, or what?
What follows, though, is far from peaceful. They claw and thrash as if struggling for dear life, caught in the hold of some hideous nightmare. Then they wake, haggard, exhausted. They speak of a vision, Brahmos, and another red lizard.
Are you okay?
Praise the daylight. I am now. There was death in that dream, chasing me like 100 hungry lions. But at least I've new directions. When we escape and find ourselves on the mainland once more, I must search for Brahmos the Wanderer. Then I will finally know the truth, the very secret of my soul.
It's not cryptic at all. The Red Prince met with a dreamer called Bahara. They ventured into a nightmare to meet yet another dreamer, Brahmos. Red Prince seeks to meet with him on the mainland if he can in the town of Driftwood. He spoke of the secret of his soul, whatever that may mean. Yeah.
You are fortunate to have found this place. The hollow marshes swallow life and regurgitate only the dead.
Okay, we got 664. Alright. What can you learn? You know all that. Barrage you don't know. Piercing damage is good because it bypasses armor. 3 arrows, 3 targets. Okay, so that's pretty good. We know pin down, we know ricochet. Sky shot would also be pretty good. I'm thinking the piercing damage I am getting from the crossbow, not from the skill, so getting damage bonus for your superior height. Okay. Tactical retreat, I really want. You can teleport anywhere, and it says teleport from imminent danger, but as far as I know, you can just use it whenever. But you also get hasted, so that's a easy way to get into high ground if we wanted to. Let's get that one. About all we're gonna get right now. Okay. You want to tell me a little more about who you are, Bahara?
My name is Bahara. Like you, I am a sorcerer. But unlike you, I am also a faithful servant of Amadia. Praised be her name and praised be her starlit eyes.
Yeah, I do notice you're not wearing a collar. That would be handy. I've read a little bit about Amadia, but it was very obscure.
Commendable. And yet she is the most mysterious of the 7. Despite your perusals, no doubt that tome taught you little. So please allow me to enlighten you. Amadia is the Great Mother. She is the goddess in whose womb magic was conceived, from whose sacred body immortal wizards were born. Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple, but she has resided here for centuries, sustained by Amadia's love.
Okay, well that's certainly something. Centuries. Yeah, I do kind of find it hard to believe anyone would want to live here for that long.
I was like you once. A lost soul driven by instinct from the bowels of Fort Joy. There have been others. They tried to make it back to the mainland, but were never heard of again. I chose to stay. My home is here now. This is where I found solace, found sanctuary. I found the Great Mother and have been nurtured by her magic ever since.
Alright, well, let's keep talking about Amadia.
My knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana's is the sea. It is the sea you should speak to.
Alright, well, we'll probably talk to Gratiana. What is up with the Hollow Marshes?
It is the laboratory of a lunatic. A place removed from mercy and sanity where mad Brachus Rex would experiment to his dark heart's content. There are ruins in the marshes, stonework vultures that perch above the king's long-buried treasure. But his is not a treasure of gold, ruby, and sapphire. It is a treasure of death, weapons, and vile magic.
Right, but at this point, Brachus Rex is little more than a legend. So how do you know about these things?
The nights here are long and lonely, but I often listen to my mistress Gratiana speak of days long gone, the heydays of Brachus Rex. Perhaps she will tell you her tales as well.
Alright, so who else is living here in your hideout?
The guests, they call themselves Seekers. They're brave people, and friends to sorcerers. But you'll find them a battered band here today, brought low by bloody battle.
Yeah, you say they're friends to sorcerers, but they're just trying to use them, or what? Who attacked them?
Magisters, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Who else?
I don't know. Just asking.
The Seekers came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. They failed. Many fell.
Who?
They've heard the Shrieker's shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted by their sound.
Who were they trying to... I wonder who they were trying to rescue. Why would they risk all their lives for just one person?
They knew him to be God-woken. They sought to kindle the divinity slumbering deep within his soul. But Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. For him, divinity. For the others, the dungeons.
So, if I'm to read that right, they were trying to rescue Alexander. Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. For him, divinity. For the others, the dungeons. Yeah.
It is truly harrowing to know this man seeks to be the Seven's chosen.
Okay, what about these shriekers I've been hearing about?
Have you never heard of them?
No?
From the tales they tell of Brachus Rex, they were living weapons, made of flesh and reared in torture. The pain they endured was so terrible, their screams turned to solid lightning. Turns out the tales are true. The Magisters dug deep and returned these horrors to the surface.
Well, all in all, after all you've told me, it's remarkable that you aren't all freaked out.
To know one's fate is to be fearless. I reside in Amadia's palm. I am hers to shield or hers to crush, and in that knowledge, I am content.
Okay, well, I appreciate the info.
As you wish.
What else you want to tell me about the marshes?
Haunted quagmires is what they are, and what is mired in them is madness. Brachus Rex. He went too far. Source was never meant to be harnessed in weaponry. May Amadia curse his soul for turning creation into destruction.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some of this source weaponry myself. Okay, we've learned that if we stand any chance of getting off this island, then we must find a way to get past the Shriekers. There must be some way to overcome them. We need to find it. Okay, we talked about Bahara. She told us the Seekers came to the island to rescue a sorcerer, but were attacked by Magisters and forced to flee. So we need to find out what their whole plan from them, I guess. The Magisters are protected by Shriekers. They're created by Brachus Rex. They're horrible living weapons that crackle with source. It would be unwise to attack them head on. But there must surely be something that can defeat them. We should keep watch. Bahara has told us about the priestess keeping the sanctuary. Apparently she has been here for a very long time. So she should know the most info, at least about the area. Right. You. Tactical retreat. It's already on. And like I said, I think I can just use it pretty much any time I want, so. Boom. He moves. And he's buffed. It only takes 1 point. Cooldown's kind of long, which is to be expected, but.
You're certain it was Verdes?
He said his name. Barely even knew that much. But still.
You tried your best, Anne. I'm glad you're safe now.
We aren't really safe here, are we?
Talking about Verdes, the guy with the
So long as
disease.
Gareth returns, we will be.
Guy up there just said we're doomed. Did they actually send Han to rescue somebody by himself?
You're certain it was Verdes?
He said his name. Barely even knew that much. But still.
You tried your best, Han.
I wonder if he went without permission or if they actually did send him.
We aren't really safe here, are we?
We'll let
So long as Gareth
Fawn
returns,
talk to
we
Han.
will be.
Yeah, Davith's not a big kid guy.
Hello, stranger.
Hello. Oh, look at you with all the fire skills. That would be a good one to get. Oh, this would be buying from her, not from Han. Anyways.
The dishevelled pair eye you with hope, though their hope is tinged with mistrust. The lizard notices your collar and steps towards you.
You've come from Fort Joy. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here through the swamp?
No, we did not.
He'll be back, Samadel. I know he will. He has to.
He has to, indeed. We need our leader. And if he doesn't return with help soon, we haven't a hope.
What kind of help could Gareth hope to find here?
Have you heard of Shriekers?
I have.
Han looks down with a flinch. Samadel reaches out, grasping his hand. Her jaw tightens.
They're weapons that can kill with a screech. The Magisters patchwork them from living sorcerers. Don't misunderstand me. We're not afraid to fight, but we are powerless against Shriekers. The priestess at the shrine told Gareth some ancient secrets, some defenses that could be found in Brackus's armory, and he went there in the hopes of finding it, whatever it is.
Alright, well, is there any way we could help to bring back some of these weapons?
You're kind to offer, but you'd best talk to Gareth's squire, Exeter. He'll know where your talents can be most used. Now, Han, let's take a look at your nasty leg injury.
Catch you later, stranger. It's good you're here.
Alright, Han. A lot of quest updates. Gareth will be able to lead in the attempt to break through the Magisters and escape the island. We need to find him. We learned that Gareth had left to find powerful weapons. Okay, he hasn't returned. The Seekers are without their leader. We should try to find Gareth. Got it. And also find Gareth so we can deal with the Shriekers. Gareth is the key. Gareth is the key. Can I steal from you? Probably not. Place is pretty locked down.
Let me change your dressing.
Samadel's focus and attention is wholeheartedly devoted.
I could heal him. Here. Look at that. It's fixed.
As soon as all our wounded are healed, we'll need to search for the defenses Gareth left to find. But for now, we owe it to our own to ease their pain.
Alright. Yep, Thiever 2. Not gonna be able to steal from anybody, so.
Are you still with us?
Alright. Just move around the camp. So we came down this way. Can't reach that, huh? Anything in there? I don't know if that would destroy it or not, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow
The boy whistles a somber tune as he gazes around the makeshift camp.
There's Han. Okay. Hey, kid, this collar's pretty tight. Do you know who can remove it?
Sure, Leia's her name. She'll be down by the water. Word of warning, though? She's kind of a basket case.
Leia, huh?
Matis, let me change your dress.
What's up, Jules? I'm doing too well, I guess. Bleed Fire skill book. It's pyrokinetic. Oh, it's a dual one. Requires polymorph and pyrokinetic. Enemies will bleed fire when hit. Reduced fire resistance by 20%. Also creates a small fire surface beneath each target and ignites surfaces in the area. I don't know how useful that is.
Claude?
I guess I could use it.
Claude,
We'd have to get it
can
though.
you hear me?
Blood. Can you hear them?
Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
I'm fine, I swear. See to the others.
The lizard holds a crimson-soaked rag against his side. He looks up as you approach, his expression oddly serene.
What happened to you?
Magisters, they found our camp near the old harbour and unleashed hell upon us. I'm lucky in a way. I was wounded by an arrow.
We have dealt with some magisters. They are kind of tough, but they're not invincible. How did they cause you guys so much trouble?
It wasn't just sword and spear the Magisters used on us. No, they had these weapons. Living beings, depleted of source and crucified, pathetic to look at until the power that they unleashed. There was nothing we could do. Only run. Shriekers they're called. I can still hear that sound they uttered. Makes my scales crawl.
Sir Gareth is looking for a way to defeat them now. Let us hope he finds it.
Simone, what do you got?
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before her.
She has all the Hydra Fist books. I would like to get... Davith is going to need some more memory slots. But Armor Frost is definitely something to have.
She bends to grab a rag, wiping her blood-smeared hands. She looks up and sees you.
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do.
Yeah, it does look like you have a lot of people you have to take care of here.
The woman wrings the blood-stained rag in her hands anxiously.
Magisters aren't known for their mercy. Many of us died. And the ones here will likely follow the same fate, by a slower road.
Wasn't there anything else you can do for them?
I've done all I can. Their wounds are too great. All I can offer them now is prayer and a cup of water.
I'm a bit of a paladin. I might be able to heal these guys. Assuming there'll be some kind of reward here.
If you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful.
You tried using healing magic?
Magic? All I've got is my own two hands and...
She trails off and limply gestures to her paltry makeshift infirmary.
Well, this guy has a bunch of water spells.
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed in the attack. I'm just a cook.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. I don't know why they have the cook doing this then.
Do what you will. Just don't cause them any more suffering.
This is not something that Davith really wants to get involved in, but... It's just...
Lord, turn your head if you can hear
It's
me.
just spells, so...
In an instant. My wounds have all but vanished. I didn't think... I was certain I wouldn't. Thank you.
Yeah, the best thing you could do for me is help me getting off this island.
You wouldn't be in such a hurry if you saw the kind of things the Magisters are doing. The kind of things they used against us.
Well, I can finally get my revenge on the Magisters, but I still want off the island.
He shudders at the memory.
They turn the living into shriekers. Crucified wretches that unleash pure destruction on anyone who tries to pass. I wish I had a fitting way to thank the person who saved my life. As it is, all I can offer is, well, it's not much, but maybe you'll find some use for it. Thank you.
Cheated death.
All right.
Thank you, stranger.
Oh, whoa. You're welcome. I could probably help this guy too. We did get a skill book out of it, I guess.
Take the pain away. What?
Let's send that to the Red Prince. I don't mind putting a point into polymorph, maybe. For him to have that.
Claude, can you hear me?
Claude, you're next.
You healed me. How did you... Oh, never mind. I don't care how. I only care that today won't be my last.
Yeah, well, we need you fit for battle, because we got a ship to take a little later.
He nods, with a determined grimace.
A lot of what happened was a blur after I was hit. But I do remember the screams. From those shrieker monstrosities, and my own brethren screaming in pain. Those magisters are gonna pay in blood for what they did to us.
If my mother were here, she'd box my ears for not being able to thank you properly. Though I reckon that walloping from the Reds was punishment enough. Take this, at least. It'll have to do.
If I get these collars off, I'll wear it probably.
Thank you.
Heal them all.
I'm trying. Hold on.
Anna, how do you have so much power?
I don't know. I read a book, I guess. It's pretty simple.
You've healed us. All of us. I owe you a debt. We all do.
Just be ready for the fight.
He lands a comradely slap on your back. His strength has definitely returned.
Don't you doubt it. This old war serpent's still got some fight left in him. Especially now that wound is healed.
Well, we already asked him that. So I'll just go.
The Magisters attacked our camp back at
We didn't hear this.
I caught one of their arrows right in my side. That would have been a slow death. I've seen it before.
Alright, well, buck up. You're gonna live. Alright, so that's done. I can't get into any of those. It's all stealing. A little unfortunate.
Healed? They're gonna be all right. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean,
Gods
you
above, thank you.
Simone, you have the book right here. You just read it, and then you can heal whoever you want. You only gotta wait 4 turns in between each heal. Oh.
It's lifting.
Okay. F that bow. Mage sandals. Yeah, we're gonna take these gloves. I think. There we go. Finesse gloves. Ifan, do you like these by any chance? Probably not. Bet you none of you do. Actually. Oh, she's got teleportation on that one. We want to keep that for now. Well, I don't need it during combat so much, so she can wear it. We'll just keep these handy. Yeah, just in case we need to use it. Be a little annoying switching around, but... Okay, we can get up here and take this stuff. Probably already know this. Plethora of knowledge. 30 new recipes learned. Okay. Take a gander here. Bunch of food. Yeah, just a bunch of food. Okay. Worth any money? Not really. This is one of the biggest books you'll ever see. Come on down here, guys. I'll take this sheet of paper. Exeter, so you were Gareth's squire?
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it. What good are battle tactics against those things anyway?
I assume you're talking about shriekers.
Wished Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
He's got a lot of stuff. Good.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the
I
sky.
don't really have anything to sell, so.
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you?
I am a sorcerer that just fled from Fort Joy.
A sorcerer? Indeed. I should have realized.
Yeah.
A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. Though, of course, your collar gives you away.
We did meet an elf named Verdus. He was really sick. He mentioned a group who might seek you out.
You meant Verdus? Oh, then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we've failed him.
Okay, so that's who they were trying to rescue. You mentioned that, or Verdus seemed to recognize me as the same as him. Does he know what that means?
You, a godwoken? Surely not. Though if Verdus said so...
Yeah, I don't know what a godwoken is, so I don't think so.
You could be important, but there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us.
Yeah, what do you mean? How would I be important if that was true?
Verdus was godwoken.
Said that before, yeah.
He was a powerful sorcerer, in the vein of Lucian the Divine. He had the potential to succeed Lucian if he mastered his powers. But now that won't happen.
So he was a challenge to the sun, huh?
If you're the same as Verdus, then we have to get you away from this place. Someone's been killing the few godwoken that are out here. Likely that dog Alexander. He's a godwoken too. A failed one as far as I'm concerned. I can imagine he won't want any upstart godwoken taking what he figures to be his birthright.
Yeah, that's probably a good theory. Yeah, I'm fine with getting the hell out of here. The sooner the better.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already.
All right, well, the damn things can't be invincible. So, what's the plan?
There's weapons. Ancient devices that can counter those things. Our leader, Sir Gareth, set out to find them, so we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave.
Okay, well, I will help find at least these weapons, and if Garrett's there, so be it. If it helps us get off this island.
You'll help us?
I'll help myself by helping you.
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armor upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise, we'll get you as far away from this place as possible.
I'm going to need a little more information.
Please,
if you got
ask. Whatever helps.
So what were you guys here for in the first place? Was it just to rescue Verdus?
We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but we failed him.
Okay, well, how capable is Gareth?
Sir Gareth?
Okay.
He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honored to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong.
Hey, did he happen to say where exactly on the island he was going?
None. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him.
Okay, well, how did you even learn about the source weapons?
The masked priestess, Gratiana, told Sir Gareth of them after she granted us shelter here. She was reluctant at first, but, well, Sir Gareth can be very insistent. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more.
Okay, well, can't we just defeat the Magisters then?
The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here.
Right. Can you be a little more detail on the Godwoken thing?
Well, before there's a divine, there must be a godwoken. Only a special few among sorcerers have this potential. Without them, a true successor to Lucian will never rise.
Okay, and Ifan wants to say something.
Ifan looks anxious, an unfamiliar look on the lone wolf. Stepping closer, he whispers urgently in your ear.
I know who's hunting Godwoken. It's the lone wolves.
Okay, well, does that make all of us targets?
Yes.
Okay.
He looks around, surveying your surroundings with a keen eye.
Well, that does make sense. Who hired them to kill Godwoken, though?
I intend to find out. I bet we can track down my old pack and ask some questions. Last I heard, they were camped out near Driftwood. In the meantime, let's keep a lower profile.
Indeed. Ethan declared that the Godwoken are hunted by the lone wolves. It would be wise of us to avoid them. We've learned that Godwoken are being hunted by lone wolves. According to Fawn, his former comrades had lately been hiding out somewhere near Driftwood in the Reaper's Coast region.
No, we don't have the time. Think, damn it.
Alright, why are they letting the Squire be in charge?
Gareth would know what to do.
Okay, there's Graciana. Let's do a little looting. Before anything else. Okay, nice. Take that. Razzle Dazzle. The book details how to create a Razzle Dazzle grenade using nothing but a jelly room or an air resistance potion. Of course, it could go off in any stage and dazzle its creators, but you record this in your recipe book anyway. After all, this one, it looks so easy you could do it with your eyes closed. Nice. Yeah, you know what? Let's take the mug of water. I want to do a little more crafting stuff if we can. And there, and then that goes down. Alright. Let's talk to... Actually, can we get down towards the beach? It's like a different entrance. How do we get down here? Where was this lady that was gonna take our collars off? It's the only beach I see around. I guess we'll make our way down there. Duggan.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone.
Oh, there she is.
Fire and smoke. Death and worse.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers.
Is there something wrong with your neck?
The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm for a moment before he relaxes.
New faces. Hope you aren't bushwhacked by the Magisters too.
Not too badly.
As for her neck, she's remembering the damnable source colour she once wore. Same style as yours. Lucky for us, she had the skills to remove them. There's many a sorcerer that's been freed thanks to her.
The woman's eyes dart to your own neck.
Choke us. They strangle us, steal our voices.
Can you take it off for me, please?
She averts her eyes, staring at the ground.
You'll have more luck getting Dallas to unlock them. The poor girl's not in her best mind without Gareth.
What does Gareth have to do with her taking these collars off my neck?
Gareth's the only one that brings her out of herself. Without him, she's... well...
Duggan lays his hand on her shoulder, squeezing it tight as tears roll down her cheeks.
Why is Gareth so important to Leia?
We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy. Shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us. Saved every one of us from that hell. But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them Shriekers. And all we can do is sit here, thinking about the Godwoken we didn't save.
What do you think of Godwoken?
From fragments to whole. From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. The Godwoken are our hope that a new divine can be born. Someone to replace Lucian and push back the Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more.
How are Godwoken even recognized?
There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken have their number. They react to Godwoken like no one else.
Well, we have been attacked by Voidwoken several times.
Barking dogs in wolves' clothing.
I have seen a lot of Voidwoken.
Teeth in the sea. Teeth in the swamp. Teeth in the air.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But don't you worry none. Gareth will be back soon. Then we'll be home in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Alright, Duggan, I'm out of here. I'll just wear this collar longer since you're so messed up. I've met a secret named Leia who may be able to remove my source collar. However, for some reason she's unable to do it because there's a person not standing next to her. For which that says.
Mother of magic.
Gratiana.
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are 2 dark holes in an ornate mask.
We could zoom in on her.
Wished Bonnie Barton, now don't you cry.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you?
I'm just someone who hasn't been allowed to rest.
There are not many places to lay down a weary head, but rest here a while. You are welcome. I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia. It is a privilege to welcome you to her sanctuary from Brachus's vile swamps.
Why have you opened up your home to the Seekers?
She pauses for a moment before answering.
We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that simple truth. For many more, I have tried to right the wrongs of my past.
What did you do so badly in your past?
Despite the mask, you can feel her expression harden.
Time is a river, ever slipping by. It does no good to mourn what's gone before, only to appreciate where the current carries us.
I agree.
In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia and help those who come to me for aid. I live a good life. The person that I was is dead.
Yes, she's dropping little subtle hints like I like to, that she may in fact be undead.
The woman freezes in place and starts to stutter.
It was nothing. Simply a turn of phrase. Nothing more.
Look, I think you're hiding something, and I think we may have that thing in common.
You know nothing. Nothing of my life. Nothing of the things I've seen. Nothing of the things I've done.
She turns away from you in a swirl of robes.
Hey look, I didn't mean any offense. Wait up.
As your hand wraps around her arm, your fingers squeeze down not on skin and flesh, but on solid bone. Through her robes, you can feel that she's nothing but a skeleton.
No! Don't touch me! Let me go!
Alright, I'm not trying to do anything terrible to you. Calm down.
Intention is worthless when actions cause harm. All I asked was to be left in peace.
Well, is that why you wear the mask at all times, so no one knows the truth?
She flinches slightly when you mention her true self, but remains composed.
This mask is the last vestige of humanity that remains. The only thing that renders me fair to my people.
Explains why she's been around for so long.
I thought you, of all people, would understand that.
Look, it looks like you're helping people. You know, should be so hard on yourself.
Have you learned nothing of those that wear the mortal flesh? They fear all that is different, that is, other.
I agree, you're right.
They will not accept me. No, the most I can hope for is grace. And I have that by Armadia's word.
Except all these people think that you're alive because Armadia's been keeping you alive for basically making you immortal, and that's not true. And she shouldn't have to do more just so they accept her. But just because you shouldn't have to doesn't mean it isn't true.
Does this swamp cause madness in all that enter it? Their leader also said that I could do more, that I must do more to help. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons, arms not even the Shriekers could stand against. He ventured out to find them, but has not returned. I fear for these souls, if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will escape this island.
Alright, well maybe I could grab the weapons. Could you point me in that direction?
Gladly, but I fear you'll fare no better than the Seeker.
Perhaps.
North of here you'll find the ruins of Brachus's source armory. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, the Seekers are truly hopeless.
Well, I will do everything I can to bring him back if we find him.
Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
That was a testy conversation. These purging wands seem to be the key to our escape. We have to find some, then return to Graciana. We encountered a mysterious masked priestess known as Graciana who worships the goddess Amadia. Yes.
No, we don't have the time.
Hello again, child. What brings you here?
What can you tell me about Amadia?
Armadia is the blessed mother of magic. All that use it can trace their skill back to her grace. This is her shrine. She has sustained me here for many years, even when the evils of Brachus's swamp threatened to drown me.
What can you tell me about Brachus?
He is no more, thank the goddess. It has been many centuries since he walked Rivalon, although he still casts a shadow over this land. He ruled this realm as a tyrant and beast. He stole its source and left only death. On this island he built and tested his weapons. These marshes were a playground for he and his necromancers. Many unfortunate souls were brought here. Blessed were those who died quickly, or died at all.
Yeah, I've actually read about some of the things that Brachus did.
The tales do him no justice.
Oh.
He was cruel, greedy, and stripped this land of all life. He was truly a horror. Indeed, the Magisters have even taken Brachus's worst tools. First, the purging ones, and now those Shriekers. Without something more powerful than these sticks the Seekers are armed with, those crucified monstrosities will kill them to a man.
Is there anything else you can do to help? We've already talked about this.
Their leader, Gareth, also demanded that I must do something. I argued against it, but he was very insistent. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons. I fear for these souls, if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will walk ever in our...
Okay, I think we're done with her. I think this is a...
Amidst
yeah, we
the
can
placid
teleport.
little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort.
Apparently this is a very similar statue to one we saw in the dungeons of Fort Joy.
As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze.
Can we, let's try to listen to what it's saying, I guess.
The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have wrought.
It is news to me that even gods can be stillborn if a goddess she is.
Her hold tightens and slips in waves, wavering between indignation and curiosity.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost weep with me, and bathe in the tears of Amadia.
No. I refuse to be buried beneath your heartache, and I'm going to get out of this.
You can feel her loving hold slipping away from you, recoiling as if in anger.
My child, born in blood, a cry in hollow rooms. My own, in blood to die. Heed the warning of Amadia.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond becomes engulfed in a bloody mist that enshrines an augur-like silence.
What's happening? Goddess, what's wrong? Please, speak to your priestess.
The birds are asleep.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to piss off the god. Oh, let's get out of here. Fawn, you're a little more sensitive to me. See if you can't go calm her down.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, an aura...
Nope. So I just created a blood mist.
Protect these poor souls in their time of need. I pray that you ease their pain and see them...
Alright guys, we're going to go and end this episode here, and we'll finish exploring this area in the next one, and then I guess we'll head... I'm not sure what we're going to do. I need to go explore this area, but just one little area. I don't want to head all the way back around. Just to do it. I hear someone screaming about how they're alive. We also have all of this area to check out. Hidden treasures, Brax's armory. Yep. But we made got a lot of info here, I guess. And we've got a new place we can come to, even though I just pissed off the local god.
Please, Amadia, bless
And she's now created a blood cloud over the entire serene little pond, so that's nice. Davith has no time to feel anyone else's pain for their lost children for no good reason. But, alright guys, I have a choice. We're watching Divinity, original 10 Let's Plays. I think of choosing one as sniper. Peace out.